Gentlemen, we are the apex predators. We are at the pinnacle of evolution. We are at the tippity top, the absolute pinnacle of evolution. If there was ever going to be an era where you were going to be successful or you were ever going to make it in whatever field or endeavor that you're pursuing, it is in this era. I sometimes believe, and I know this to be a fact, that most of us, including myself at times, we don't truly appreciate or respect or are grateful for how fortunate, how lucky we are in today's society. The fact that we've been born in this era to accomplish and make it. You think back to our ancestors, and this is the ultimate key, the infinite, the key to infinite motivation. You know, I'm not someone that relies solely upon motivation. I don't think you should either, because it's only something that initially gets you going, and discipline is the only thing that will get you through the most difficult and arduous moments. But as well as discipline, this will still act as a holder, as a thing that you reflect back on when you're in moments of ill discipline or you feel lazy. These are the moments where you reflect back on your goals, you reflect back on the reason why, you reflect back on these moments. Your ancestors, my ancestors, they went through hell just for us to be breathing in this moment today. You know, I had this conversation yesterday, which I'll delve into in a minute. But our ancestors, they went through utter hell. They didn't understand the consequences. They didn't understand what would follow. They just did what had to be done. And they didn't know any of us. Yet they still persevered and they still tried. And they went through much more difficult conditions than us. They lived like peasants on farms through the hunter-gatherer days, fighting off mammoths and saber-toothed tigers, just for you to turn around and go, oh, it's too difficult. I'm not going to go to the gym because, it just hurts too much. Now, before you sit there and laugh, I actually spoke to a guy a few days ago, and he told me the reason why he doesn't go to the gym regularly is because it hurts. And you might think that I'm bluffing, lying, whatever. I'm not joking when I say that when I heard that, I was in genuine, utter disbelief. What do you mean it hurts? Well, of course it hurts. It's growth. Growth requires pain. But of course, you're building muscle. Or did you think it was going to be a walk in the park? That's the whole point. That is the whole point, because it's growth and repair. It's just the basics of muscle building. I was in genuine, utter disbelief when I heard that. And for me, that really sums up our generation. And I know that's not applicable to everyone. But when I heard that, I thought, you know what? No wonder why men in today's society are so weak. And that's why we need real change. Because what am I hearing? You know, as I said, our ancestors, they went through utter hell just for me and you to be breathing here. And what, you're not going to have kids. The bloodline's going to end with you because our nappies are too expensive. I spoke to a family member just about 2 weeks ago, and they told me, you know, they've started to regret having kids. And I said, look, when you age, you're going to be so thankful, so grateful that you had children that are now able to look after you rather than throw you into a care home. And they said, yeah, but at the moment it's so expensive. I can use my time more efficiently. I can travel. I said, yeah, I understand all of that. But I said, think about what your ancestors or your great-grandparents had to go through wars and absolute nonsense throughout history in much more harsher and more severe conditions. Yet they found a way, and the bloodline is going to end with you. You're so special that the bloodline is going to end with you. Why? Because nappies are too expensive. Of course, I put it in a more polite manner, but you understood the message that I was portraying and sending through to her. And she understood, but people don't think of it like that. People don't understand that perspective. I mean, how dare you? How dare you sit here and say it's difficult? I always say learn to dance in the rain, because hardship is coming for all of us. You're gonna go through adversity. You're gonna go through obstacles. That's just part and parcel of the reality, part and parcel of the game. But don't sit here and say that, oh, you know, you have it easier compared to what people used to have. This is the era to make it. As I alluded to earlier, you, my friend, are part of, and including myself, we are the apex predators. We are at the pinnacle of evolution. You have a pocket full of aces. And what I mean by that, and I mentioned this a very long time ago on this channel, meaning you are very lucky to be and privileged to be in a position that you are. You are not truly grateful for everything that you have, whether that's your health, whether that's your finances. Look, I've been in a position where I've been completely broke in debt, and I've also had money. But sometimes we don't appreciate, and this is why being grateful is so important. And that's why I used to do gratitude journaling, which is something that I recommend you guys do as well, and I still do from time to time, because even if you're broke, even if you're not where you want to be in life, you need to appreciate and be grateful for the things that you have. You cannot be in that mindset of lack and always want more and more. And as I keep mentioning, you can't be satisfied or content with what you have. You can also be grateful and still want more, but you have to be appreciative and grateful of what you have in today's society, especially currently what you have right now, because you have the tools, you have the resources to make it, especially if you live in a part of the world or a region of the world like the Western world where it's easier to make. I know that some people live in obviously economically poorer countries, but this is the era to make it. If you were ever going to make it as a successful individual, a successful young man, it's going to be in this era. It's not going to be in a different era, or it's going to be much more difficult in a different era. But some of us, we truly don't comprehend how easy it is today to make it, whether that's business endeavors, sporting endeavors, with the science and technology that we have. We've literally got, if you look at the athletes today, you've got rugby players or NFL players, the size of them, sprinting as fast as Olympians in the 1970s that were sprinters. I mean, they're running at very similar speeds when it comes to acceleration and top speed, because that's how far science and technology has come. So with all that data, all that information you have online, you can make money online, whatever it is, you can delve into any career, any opportunity you want. With the introduction of things like AI, etc., you're telling me that you don't have a pathway to make it, really? When your ancestors had to go through utter hell, live like peasants, really? Is that what you want to tell me? I mean, if you agree with that, it's really difficult to make it and it's just as difficult, just listen to yourself. You would sound pathetic. And you know the answer deep down. I'm not doing this to lambast and beat you down with a stick here. I'm doing this to wake you up. This is the key to infinite motivation. Discipline is the most important, and you shouldn't ever solely rely on motivation. But if you were to rely on motivation, not rely on it, but if you were to use motivation correctly, this is it. Think about what your ancestors, and even you don't even have to go that far back. Think about your great-grandparents, especially if you're an immigrant, and if you're the child of two immigrants. Think about what they had to go through. My father grew up in a small little shitty village in East Turkey, with all due respect, with barely any electricity, no Wi-Fi, no internet, nothing. And he somehow made his way through Europe into the UK. These are the treks, these are the experiences these people had to go through. Most of us don't have that experience. Most of us we've been given it to us on a silver platter. On a silver platter. So don't you ever dare complain that it's so difficult. No. You, my friend, we're part of the apex predators. We have a pocket full of aces. Be so grateful for everything that you have. You are in a privileged position. You have no excuse not to make it. If you are healthy, if you're in a position where you don't have any disabilities, it doesn't matter if you're broke. It doesn't matter what your current predicament is. Where are you headed? Where are you headed? That is the most important part of this. What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? What does your day-to-day entail? What the hell are you doing with your life? You can absolutely make it, because this is the era to make it. The opportunity to become successful has never been easier. It really hasn't been easier, considering what our great-grandparents, our fathers, our ancestors had to get through years and years and years ago. During the hunter-gatherer days, by the age of 25, you'd be on your last legs. You'd be on the verge of passing away. You'd be a great-granddad, easily. And think about the conditions. You had eye bacteria at age 9 and passed away. I mean, come on. You have no excuse. This is a time to wake up. This is a time to take action. So start to take it seriously. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.